This chief technology officer filed for the EB-1A but got a really bad RFE earlier this year, in January. Then withdrew the application, filed a new EB-1A, and got an even worse request for evidence. And now, having only a few months to respond to this EB-1A application, contacted us to see if we can file an EB-1C for him instead. So we've done something we've never done before. We took an EB-1A application, and within 1 month's time, we prepared it as an EB-1C application, filed it, and it got it approved within 1 week. I'm gonna walk you through everything that went down. This is such an exciting and fun story. Let's go. Hi everyone, my name is Joseph, and I'm the managing partner here at Tsang and Associates, where we solve legal problems with creative solutions. So the legal problem in this case is that this executive wanted a green card for their entire family. And under the guidance of the prior law firm said, EB-1A, totally fine, just go ahead and do it. It's simpler, it's easier, we don't have to look at company stuff, and just file it. And not once, but twice they filed, spending a lot of legal fees and filing fees with USCIS to the point of getting 2 requests for evidence. And I have it right here, both times, both applications and the request for evidence. Each time the request for evidence was like way over 10 to 10 pages. I'm not saying the EB-1A application wasn't prepared well, but the request for evidence challenged every single thing other than like leading critical role. Now, I get it. If you want to do an EB-1C application, you need to pull a lot of documents from the company, and you need to work with a lot of people, the HR, the finances, you need to have tax returns, you need to have the CEO write you a letter of recommendation. It's a lot of work. And the common belief is that EB-1A is all about your personal accomplishments, so you don't need anybody else to support you. You could just print out your resume. But the thing is, in a business world, when you're trying to do EB-1A application, when you're trying to talk about your original contributions and how important the awards that you won on behalf of the company is and your contribution to those awards, you still need everybody to support you. You need other people to validate your accomplishments, because it's not like being a celebrity or a movie star where you have all of these things online that you could just download. In the business world, you need other entrepreneurs, other CEOs, other CTOs to validate your worth. And that's the hard part that this client kept on bumping into when they're doing the EB-1A and just couldn't do it anymore. So decided, you know what, it's just easier to go through my own company, let the company provide the documents and prove that they need me and get the green card that way. Both EB-1A and EB-1C are under the same EB-1 category, so the priority is the exact same. Potentially the only downside is EB-1A, you could just work for yourself and get the green card independent of the company, and the EB-1C, you're tied to the company, and so if you get fired, then you kind of don't get to do adjustment status later on. So that potentially is the one downside. But as far as priority date, it's the same, it's fine. And so the difficult thing about this case was that when the client approached us, they said, we have only 2 months left before we need to respond to the request for evidence for the EB-1A. I really don't want to do it. It seems so difficult. Can we please just file the EB-1C? And if we can get an approval, then we don't have to respond to the RFE anymore. Or if we get a really bad RFE for the EB-1C, then maybe we have to deal with either one or both, but at least we can see. We have very little time to consolidate everything, because we cannot contradict the EB-1A application, or else it would be fraud. And this case was not clear cut by any means. There were multiple job titles, there were multiple things that they claimed in the EB-1A, the original contribution, what they did, the membership, all sorts of stuff. And that differs greatly from their normal visa application. And so we have to combine the prior L1, we have to combine it with the first 2 EB-1As, and we have to build an EB-1C and file it. But we did, and we got it approved within 1 week. And the client just wished they did the EB-1C from the get-go, because they spent all of 2023 preparing for the EB-1A. They finally filed 2 times, and all of the stress when EB-1C could have worked. How, you ask? Do you convert an EB-1A to an EB-1C? They're different law, different requirements. One doesn't look like memberships. The other one really focusing on memberships. It seems completely different. Well, here's the argument, and we do this all the time. They are both under the EB-1 category. They, congressional intent, they want the best of the best. If you are an EB-1A candidate, there's a high chance you're also an EB-1C candidate, provided that you meet the other requirements, and vice versa. We've done plenty of L1 to O1 applications, or EB-1C to EB-1A applications, but we've never done the other way around, because in our opinion, most of the time when you're under the L1 and EB-1C category, you kind of just keep on building up and then you just file the EB-1C. And then if the company's not big enough, but the person is extraordinary, then we kind of jump ship and do the EB-1A. But rarely are you part of a big company and you don't do the EB-1C and you just do the EB-1A. So it's really, really interesting how this happened. We were not part of the discussion as to why they chose EB-1A in the first place, but we came in at the last minute. We looked at all the EB-1A material, we took the original contribution, we took all the extraordinary achievements of this client, and we talked about it in light of how big this company is, right? Because again, the EB-1C application is talking about whether or not this US company needs this executive. Well, if this person is that extraordinary and the US company is growing, then the future looks bright and the need is great. And the need is the call, so please approve this case. But the hard part for this case really is just we only had a month to look through all of the L1A, look through all the EB1A, build the EB1C, get a lot of documents. It was like working day and night, the entire team just focusing on this one case. But that's what we do. And Grace's team did a fantastic job. We love the story. It's super interesting. We love doing complex cases. If you have any questions about EB1A or EB1C or how to convert one to the other, feel free to give us a call. Take care. Bye-bye.